This is Saxon 4, Lesson 43, Adding and Subtracting Decimal Numbers, Part 1. So this is Part 1 in the book, not my Part 1, so this is the whole lesson. So when you're looking at adding and subtracting decimal numbers, where we're starting with is we're starting with money. And one of the most important things you need to remember about doing subtraction and addition of any sort is you always need to line up your columns. Remember, there's a ones column, tens column, hundreds column, so on and so forth. Okay? And because we're working in decimals, we also have a decimal column. All your decimals need to line up as well. So if you have the number $3.45 and you are adding 75 cents, what we need to do is we need to make sure everything lines up within their columns. So we're going to do $3.45, add 75, see my decimals line up, and we're going to add them together. Now again, I've made sure that all of my numbers are in nice little columns. Now, when you're working with money, there's a really important thing to remember. When you're working with money, after the decimal, there is always two places. Even if we don't normally write those places, they are always there. In money, there is always only two. So let's do our addition. 5 add 5 is 10. Carry the 0 ones, carry the 10 up. 4 plus 7 is 11, plus 1 is 12. 3 plus the 1 is 4. And then we have to make sure we add our decimal in where the decimals are. So we have $4.20. Okay, let's look at another. All right, so this one says $5.35, take away $2. Now remember what I said, there is a decimal place there. And after that decimal place, there are two places. So we do not write it like this. That is not what we are saying. Remember, this says $2, $5.35. So the 2 is in the dollar column, which means there is a decimal after it and 2 zeros. Even if the person writing the question has not given you that decimal and 2 zeros, you need to remember that it's there, because if you don't and you put the 2 in the wrong column, you're going to get the wrong answer. So we have 5 take away 0 is 5, 3 take away 0 is 3, decimal for the decimal place, 5 take away 2 is 3. And we have to make sure we put our signs at the end. Okay, but this one is what always messes people up. You have to remember that if all it's giving you is the dollar, the cent places are still there. The 10 cents and 1 cent are still there. You need to show that they are still being accounted for by putting zeros. You cannot just shift the whole number over. The dollars have to be with the dollars, the cents with the cents. Okay, we'll do one more together, and then I will let you go on your own. All right, so here's our question. At the craft store, Maggie bought a pad of drawing paper for $3.75, charcoal for $4, and a clip for 15 cents. What was the total price of the items before tax? So the reason it's saying one before tax is because we are at this point not calculating what the tax is. We're not adding in that percentage. We are just adding up how much money she would have had to spend before taxes. So we have three things here. We have $3.75, we have $4, and we have 15 cents. Remember, when you're adding with decimals, or in this case, the money with the decimal, you need to make sure everything is in its proper column. So this number is nice and easy. It has all the columns we're looking at. So we're going to put that one in first, $3.75. Next one is the $4. Remember, even though it just says $4, that is in the dollar category, which means there's a decimal after it, and 2 zeros have to take the place, showing that there is nothing there. 15 cents. Now, 15 cents says there's nothing in the dollar category. That decimal can still be there, so we remind ourselves it's there, and you write in 15 cents. Okay, you really need to remember this decimal is the indicator of dollars and cents. If you're talking dollars, you're on this side. If you're talking cents, you're on this side. Okay, let's add them all together because we're trying to figure out how much they are all together. So 5 and 5, 7, 8, 9, decimal, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You end up with, before taxes, $7.90. Remember, the big thing to take away from this lesson is to make sure that this decimal clearly indicates where the cents are and where the dollars are, so that if it has something with $4 and you're adding it to other things, you know where all your numbers are supposed to be. That is lesson 43, adding and subtracting decimal numbers for Saxon 4.